Ah, welcome to the beginning of the week. It's Monday, June 2nd, my anniversary. It's been an amazing 24 years. I don't know how the wife has put up with me for so long. So there we go. We have that. It is that day of the year. We had a fantastic weekend. Got to have some some mom and dad time, date night on Friday night. Went and had some fantastic barbecue. And after some fantastic barbecue, it's smoke, by the way, for those who are familiar with the Kansas City area and Lee Summit smoke. Had a fantastic their brisket cheese dip. Mm, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. It was fantastic. So we had that, and then moseyed on over to the Pink Elephant and had some cocktails. I don't know why my sound is dropping on me like this, but it is. I don't know. There's something with my soundboard. But anyways, yeah, we went over to the Pink Elephant, had a couple of cocktails, and then we enjoyed the rest of our night. Enjoyed each other's company. That was kind of fun. All right. So anyway, as per the usual arrangement, it's time to get going with the top 10 Avoya travel deals of the week. That's what we've got going on today. Some new entries, and well, quite honestly, somebody new is at the top 10. Somebody new into the top 10 this week. You're not even the top 10. Somebody new at number one, and like really new at number one. Like I'm not saying they've never been number one, but I have not seen them at number one, regardless of how often I have touted their fantastic promotional deals that they always have going on. So, all right, well, there you have it. So let's get right into it because it is time for the top 10 deals of the week from Avoya Travel and Livin Life N Style Travel. I am your Avoya travel agency, your Avoya independent agency. That was the phrase I was looking for. Sorry, it's a little kind of lost my spiel. So, like I said, Livin Life N Style Travel, an independent Avoya travel agency. You can reach us at 816-744-1405. That's 816-744-1405. You can also find us on the web at livinlifeandstyle.com. Give you a quick picture of that email or that website real quick. Right there it is. Focus on the things that matter and elevate your travel. We do all kinds of things from luxury experiences, family vacations, romantic getaways, group travel, and much more. Matter of fact, I just got a request to see what we can do for a Kenny Chesney concert in Las Vegas at the Sphere. I'm kind of excited because I haven't gotten to book any tickets or anything for the Sphere. I would love to go myself, but I'm excited to put that information together for what I hope to be a future client. So, yeah, there you go. On the web, you can contact us. It's right there behind that Livin Life N Style logo, the Contact Us button. That will get you to a email. Yeah, they'll bring up your email so you can send an email to me and you can get to working on your vacation plans. So, Livin Life N Style Travel, livinlifeandstyle.com, 816-744-1405. And now, as I was saying, time for the top 10 travel deals of the week. Coming in at number 10, we have Avalon Waterways from $2,274 per person. That would also include free gratuities, free round-trip airfare, up to $4,000 in savings, plus more. What does Avalon have going on in their featured weekly promotion? Well, the Avoya exclusive deals with Avalon Waterways include, if you're an Avoya client, you are eligible for instant Avoya cash up to $4,500, free gratuities on Europe just for booking with your Avoya agency, and complimentary bottle of wine and a box of chocolates on Europe. So if you're going on a European Avalon Waterways cruise, you get that and you book with an independent Avoya agency like Livin Life N Style Travel, you can get that complimentary bottle of wine and box of chocolates. Avalon Waterways, in addition to all of those exclusive Avoya offers, is also offering fixed round-trip airfare from $249 on European trips, free round-trip airfare and save up to $2,000 on some trips, free round-trip airfare, save $3,000 on some Europe, save up to $1,500 on Europe, save up to $4,000 on exotics. Past guests save up to $500. There's a lot to combine there, a lot to work with there, a lot of options, some great promotions coming from Avalon Waterways. What did we say it was? $2,274. And what does that get you? That gets you a 5-night Europe cruise on Avalon Expression going from Budapest to Bratislava, Melk, and then ending in Vienna. I believe that is the Danube, taking the Danube all the way. Oh, interesting. You're going to go from Budapest to Bratislava, and then you're going to go past Vienna to Melk, and then back from Melk to Vienna. Interesting. And then you get 2 days in Vienna, which I hear on good authority is one of the most beautiful cities in all of Europe and pretty much in all the world. So, yeah, gotta like that idea, right? Okay, so that does it for the Avalon Waterways. Coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 10 this week on the top 10 travel deals. Getting us started off right. All right, number 9. Oh, I forgot to. There we go. Fixed it. So number 9 is Holland America, starting at $699 per person. That is up to 30% off with up to $625 of free credit, free or reduced fares for extra guests, and more. Holland America, making a regular appearances here. Here in the top 10. So what Avoya Advantage exclusives do we have? Well, we have up to $300 of free onboard credit on select sailings. We also have reduced rates on select sailings, and another Avoya exclusive is additional amenities on select savings. So I said $699 on the slide, but right here you can see there's a 7-night Alaskan cruise on New Amsterdam, and the inside cabins are actually starting at $599. You're going from Whittier to Hubbard Glacier, then over to Glacier Bay, down to Skagway, on to Juneau, Ketchikan, through the Inside Passage, and then your trip winds up on day 8 in Vancouver, Canada. An excellent itinerary. That's a good strong itinerary for any Alaskan cruise, and Holland America really does their Alaskan cruises right. Here's another one, a 7-night Alaskan cruise from Vancouver, going the other direction with some different stops. You got Skagway and Juneau and a lot of the ones we said, but this one instead has College Fjord before it goes to Whittier, and that's only $619. Another 7-night Alaskan cruise on New Amsterdam for $629 on an inside cabin for two, $629 per person. Another one at $664. This is Holland America's Noordam. This goes Whittier, Hubbard, Glacier Bay. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact same one. Just a little different date, a little sooner. Let's see, when was that one? Yeah, that's holy cow. That $599 is on July 6th. That's just a month away. You can still get that deal. That's fantastic. Let's see what else we got. There's the $699 I had on the slide. That one is on July 13th, a week after the $599. And this one is the Vancouver Inside Passage, Ketchikan, Juneau, Skagway, Glacier Bay, College Fjord, before wrapping up in Whittier. Some great itineraries there from Holland America, with coming in at number 9 on the Avoya Top 10 Deals of the Week. Number eight. Number eight is Azamara Cruises. Azamara does both sea and river cruises. This one is the ocean cruises, and the prices are starting at $11.59 per person. Exclusive reduced rates up to $1,250 of free onboard credit, free gratuities, and more are available to you when you book through your independent Avoya agency. Once again, that is Livin Life N Style Travel. So let's see what is available on the exclusive Avoya offers. If you're an Avoya client, you are eligible for up to $4,500 of instant Avoya cash. There are incredible reduced rates. That basically means there are deals that are so good, I can't tell you how good they are on the interwebs. I can't tell you on YouTube. I can't tell you on Rumble. I can't tell you on Facebook or anywhere else. You have to call me, and it has to be a private conversation for me to tell you what those incredible reduced rates are. There's also $150 of free onboard credit. Azamara, in addition to that, is also offering up to $500 of free onboard credit. Also, $600 of free onboard credit for suites and complimentary gratuities, beverages, 24-hour room service, as amazing evening, and more. $11.59 gets you a 6-night Caribbean cruise on Azamara Quest, leaving December 13th, starting in Bridgetown, going to St. Lucia and the Castries, on to Roseau and Dominica, then to Basseterre and St. Kitts, on to Charlestown and Nevis, Phillipsburg and St. Martin, and wrapping up in San Juan, Puerto Rico. An excellent itinerary, hitting all the small islands. That's fantastic. That is a fantastic trip. So you can get that 19% off. That's $11.59 per person on an inside cabin. About 20% off. Like you said, like you see here, there is a secret rate available. 3 deals that include Avoya exclusives. It's an excellent opportunity to check out the Caribbean on Azamara, which is a fabulous cruise line. Number seven is Princess Cruises, from $309 per person, up to 40% off, up to $85 in free onboard credit, up to $400 of instant savings, plus more. Princess, always a strong contributor to the Avoya Top 10. What do they have going on for their featured promotion this week? Well, the Avoya Advantage exclusives include that up to $85 of free onboard credit. Also, the reduced rates on select sailings. Those are only available with your Avoya travel agent, like Livin Life N Style Travel. Give them a call, 816-744-1405. So what does $309, what does that get you? $309 get you a 4-night USA cruise on Grand Princess. This is the party, this is what I call this. This is the party boat cruise. There are no stops. You're getting on the boat, and you are going to party. Straight from Vancouver all the way to LA. That's all it is, man. Hop on the boat in Vancouver, sail down through here, and then all the way down the West Coast. You get a great shot at looking at Seattle and all that good stuff in Washington, and then it's the Pacific Northwest and the California West Coast, and you're just sailing, checking it all out, enjoying the nights, beautiful sunsets, plenty to drink. You can get that Princess Plus package. You can get the Princess Premier package where all your drinks and Wi-Fi and gratuities and specialty dining, all that stuff can be included. And you're just going to live the big life all the way down the coast, get off at Los Angeles, and call it a weekend, right? That is an excellent trip. $309 gets you an inside cabin. $309 per person gets you an inside cabin. And as you can see, there are up to 2 deals, including those Avoya exclusives, available to you. Princess Cruise Lines always showing up in the top 10 with some great opportunities, especially on that West Coast cruise. Just party boat cruise all the way down the West Coast. It's an excellent opportunity if you would so choose. Number 6 on the list today, Silversea Cruises, starting at $2,950 per person. It's a $600 exclusive onboard credit. Free, oops, sorry about that. Free or reduced airfare plus more. I always love the plus more. I think everybody loves the plus more. How can you not like plus more? This is a big featured promotion from Silversea. So the Avoya exclusive, when you book with your independent Avoya agency like Livin Life N Style Travel, you have the opportunity to get a $600 free onboard credit when you book with Silversea Cruises. Silversea, on top of that, is also offering up to 50% off, up to free airfare, all-inclusive luxury, complimentary gratuities, butler service, unlimited beverages, complimentary internet, complimentary shore excursions, and still more. They have a lot to offer there on with Silversea. I think the price might have ticked up a little bit. I said $2,950, and right now it's coming in at $3,000. That is a suite, though. $3,000 per person for a suite on Silver Nova. This is September 25th of this year. It's a 7-night Australian cruise. It's going to start in Singapore, then 2 days at sea, on to Benoa in Bali, 2 days in Benoa at Bali. Then you're back at sea for 2 days before you wrap it up in Darwin, Australia on day 8. Now that would be quite an exotic cruise, and Silversea does it right. This is, like you can see, it's a 5-star rated cruise right there, 5-star rated. And you know, okay, I see. Like there's only 4 ratings. Well, right down here, you got an 8-night Mediterranean that's $3,150. That's actually 70% off the list price for a suite. Right? And it's 4.5 stars, and that's still this year, November 10th, going from Rome, Civitavecchia. Yeah. Can you say that? Civitavecchia. Then it goes on to Porto Santo Stefano, Livorno, Genoa, Menorca, Marseille, I don't know that one, it's French. Sit, I don't know. And then Barcelona is where it wraps up. That is a fabulous itinerary. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can like it more. For only $3,150 per person in a suite. I mean, that's $6,300 for 2 people in a suite, and you might be able to get airfare included. Man, that's a deal. That is an incredible deal. Silversea coming strong. Oh man, I forgot to show you all this stuff. Oops, I forgot to. I got so excited about all of the offers. So I'll go over it again real quick. Like I said, $600 of free onboard credit. Save up to 50% off. Up to free airfare. Here's the all-inclusive luxury, complimentary gratuities, butler service, unlimited beverages, complimentary internet, complimentary shore excursions. There's the $3,000 per person on the suite, going from Singapore to Benoa and then into Darwin. I got to be honest with you, I kind of like this idea of 2 sea days and having 2 sea days twice on the trip. You're spending more time at Benoa. That's kind of cool. I got to be honest. The more I cruise, the more I enjoy the sea days, which is kind of weird. But here's the 8-night Mediterranean I was telling you about that is just incredible at $3,150 per person on a suite, 70% off. That's unreal. Look at this. You hit every spot there is to hit. This one is almost the exact opposite. There are no sea days. Every day is at a port. And since I've never been to Europe, I promise you I'm getting off the boat every single day to check out as much as I possibly can. That would be hopefully I can get some of those free shore excursions, because that's going to be an expensive shore excursion trip right there, because those are fabulous locations. All right, now I showed it to you. You've seen it all. That is what Silversea has brought to the promotion for the top 10 travel deals of the week. All right. Don't forget, if you're an Avoya client, If you are an Avoya client, you are eligible up to $4,500 of instant Avoya cash on top vacations. It doesn't just have to be the ones that are listed in the top 10 travel deals of the week. You can get instant Avoya cash for Amtrak vacations. You can get instant Avoya cash for uh, Globus tours. You can get instant Avoya cash for almost any vacation worldwide. It is an excellent offer if you are an Avoya client. Now moving on to the top five. Celebrity still in the top five. You know, it was just a couple of weeks ago, they weren't even in the top 10, which was a rare occasion. And then since then, they've been in the top five uh, every week. And this week, Celebrity Cruises is starting at $362 per person with buy one, get one up to 75% off cruise fares, also up to $50 of exclusive onboard credit and more. Celebrity Cruises, their featured weekly promotion. Look at all this that you have available to you. They have the instant Avoya cash up to $4,500 if you're an Avoya client. There's also the exclusive pricing plus up to $50 of free onboard credit. Celebrity, in addition to that, is offering the buy one, get one up to 75% off cruise fares, extra guests sail free. That means because on Celebrity, you can bring your kids. And you can have them sail free. Have a third or a fourth in your room, and they sail free. They also have the all-included the all-included level of fares, which allows you to save on unlimited beverages. Also gives you unlimited Wi-Fi. I'm telling you, you know, since Virgin entered the market with their all-inclusive pricing, a lot of other cruise lines have started to have to compete with that. So, what is the great deal? 3-night Bahama cruise inside cabin from $350 per person. That is on Celebrity Reflection. I have a client who's taking this cruise. She absolutely loved it. I think she was on Celebrity Silhouette, though. Starts in Fort Lauderdale, goes to Key West, then on to Bimini, and back to Fort Lauderdale. 3 nights, 4 days. Just a zip and a zing back to Florida. No sea days. Just great weather, great waters, and a fantastic little short weekender type trip, man. This one was on January 9th, 2026. Plenty of time. Look, man, this is a great way to cleanse the palate after the holiday season. Short, quick trip. You know, you and the wife. You know, if you have to bring the kids because they can sail free, right? Here's another one at $360. If you need to do it before Christmas. This one was on December 12th of 2025. A lot of great options out there for that itinerary. There's one right after Thanksgiving. That's my dad's birthday, actually, November 28th, 2025. He would be 75 on that day. You can celebrate. You can celebrate for my dad, buy the trip, get on the cruise, and then, you know, send me a text message or a picture and say, hey, happy birthday to your dad. That'd be awesome. Anyway, Celebrity Cruises coming in strong into the top five on this week's top 10. Number 4 is Atlas Ocean Voyages. Their price coming in at $3,299 per person. That's $500 in exclusive savings, up to 30% off. Always included amenities and more. It's just always and more because when you're dealing with Avoya and an Avoya independent agency, you have access to all kinds of leverage deals with the suppliers that are not available to every other travel agent. Excuse me. So, what is Atlas Ocean Voyages bringing in their featured weekly promotion? Well, the Avoya exclusive is Save $500. That's just an extra $500 that you get to keep in your pocket. And you just get to keep it in your pocket because you use an Avoya independent travel agency like Livin Life N Style Travel. Atlas Ocean Voyages, on top of that, is also going to be offering savings of up to 30%, the Explorer's Choice, which is up to $2,000 of air credit, pre-cruise hotel stay, and or pre-land package, or unlimited Wi-Fi. They also have the always included luxury, which is free gratuities, unlimited beverages, free shore excursions, butler service, and more beyond that. I'd probably be here all day if I had to read all of the things that were involved in all of the and mores, right? I'm trying to keep this, trying to keep this to like 30 minutes or so. I'm not trying to go for 2 hours. I'm going to need a guest. I'm going to do 2 hours. But this one, the deal that we mentioned from $32.99 is an 8-night Mediterranean cruise. That is an ocean view cabin at $32.99 per person. It's on World Navigator, one of their top ships. We're starting in Barcelona. We're going to, 2 days in Barcelona. Then we're going to Valencia, Spain. Then we'll have a day at sea on to Motril, get to touch foot on the great continent of Africa in Tangier, Morocco. Then we're on to Sevilla, Spain, and to Portimao in Portugal when we wrap up the next day in Lisbon. That is a very common, very popular itinerary. You just kind of get to see all of the Iberian Peninsula, get to see the Strait of Gibraltar, the Rock of Gibraltar, all that good stuff. Get a little bit of touch of Africa, but mainly we're talking Spain and Portugal here. A great cruise, $32.99 for an ocean view cabin. They also have for $32.99 on World Voyager. This one is an Iceland cruise that also goes to the British Isles, starting in Reykjavik, on to Jaime, I think that's how you say it, and then to Djúpivogur. I don't know, I'm not even close probably. Icelandic is a very difficult language to learn, I understand. So day 4, you are at sea as you make your way to Stornoway, which is on the Isle of Lewis in Scotland, on to Tobermory, also in Scotland, on to Douglas on the Isle of Man, and then you wrap up in Dublin, Ireland. That's a pretty cool frickin' itinerary. I hear the Icelandic cruises are just phenomenal with some great views that you just won't see anywhere else in the world. So yeah, Atlas Ocean Voyages bringing some very strong itineraries, and the Icelandic one was October 29th of this year. The Iberian Peninsula was October 7th of this year. So 2 options right there for $32.99 for an ocean view cabin. Atlas Ocean Voyages is one of the premier luxury cruise lines in the world. You will not be disappointed. I can tell you that for sure. At number 3, the king has been dethroned. Royal Caribbean, the most common contributor to the number 1 slot on the weekly top 10. They are always, not always, obviously, but they are frequently the king of the week. And this time they've been knocked down to number 3. Number 3, Royal Caribbean, starting at $285 per person, exclusive free specialty dining for 2. Buy one, get one, up to 60% off fares, plus more available to you. The full promotion for this week for Royal Caribbean, if you're an Avoya client, you are eligible for up to $4,500 of instant Avoya cash. But regardless, if you're just dealing with an independent Avoya agency and you're not an Avoya client, I can explain the details on that later, but If you're not, you're still eligible for exclusive pricing plus $50 of free onboard credit and free specialty dining. Royal Caribbean is also having their buy one, get one up to 60% off cruise fares and kids sail free on certain sailings. So what did I say that number was? It was 285, right? So what is 285 getting us? Well, even better than 285, the 3-night Mexican cruise on Quantum of the Seas, October 28th to 2025, just a short little jaunt out of Los Angeles down to Ensenada. You get a day at sea, and you wind up back in Los Angeles on day 4 on Halloween. Inside cabin starting at $275. Here's a 3-night Mexican cruise on Navigator of the Sea. Same itinerary, just on a different ship. I'm going to be on that ship, not this Friday, but next Friday. We have our big Signature One cruise. Got like 17 people going. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a blast. But it's on Navigator of the Seas. It's a longer trip than this. But this one, 3 nights, Los Angeles, Ensenada, Los Angeles, inside cabin starting at $278. I don't see the 285, so apparently these two came down in price, or this one went up in price. That's the same, once again, same trip, inside cabin starting at $292. Royal Caribbean in at number 3 on the top 10 travel deals of the week. Somehow, Royal Caribbean got bumped out of the 1 spot and did not get bumped down to the 2 spot, but bumped all the way down to the 3 spot, because number 2 is Oceania Cruises, where they have been locked in for almost a month, maybe more than a month at this point. I don't keep like running records of this stuff. I'm just kind of doing it off the top of my head. But I can't think of the last time Oceania wasn't number 2. Like, seriously. I can't think of the last time that was the case. This week, and the deal even got better this week, because the deal before was like $2,035 per person, and now Oceania Cruises starting at $1,899 per person. Exclusive unpublished savings. That's right, secret rates. You got to call in to find out what they are. Oceania Cruises is known for having, possibly the best food in the cruise industry. Exclusive unpublished savings and perks, $250 of free onboard credit, and more with Oceania Cruises. The entire full promotion. First of all, if you're an Avoya client, you can receive the up to $4,500 in instant Avoya cash. You can also, I told you there are unpublished savings and exclusive perks that I cannot tell you about. You know what that means? It means you have to call an Avoya Travel Oceania Cruises specialist. You can call Livin Life N Style Travel to get those special unpublished and exclusive perks, unpublished savings and exclusive perks. There's also the availability of $250 of free onboard credit with your independent Avoya agency. Oceania, with their offer, they are offering the Your World Included, which is free gratuities, free beverages, unlimited Wi-Fi, free specialty dining, and more. I'm telling you, the specialty dining can rack up on you really quick. The main dining halls are always, really good, but if you want that next level of quality, the specialty dining restaurants on these ships are fabulous. So this is actually a better deal than the slide. I had $1,899, but this is an inside cabin, 72% off the list price, coming in at $1,650 per person. It starts in Miami, 2 days at sea, so you can get to San Juan. Oh, the map's not showing. 2 days at sea for San Juan. Then you get St. Kitts and Nevis at Basse-Terre, on to St. John's, and then to St. Martin, on to Charlotte Amalie, 2 days at sea, and back to Miami. Wow. I wish I had the map on that, because that's an excellent itinerary. There's a secret rate involved. It's already 72% off. What a deal. What a deal. And then also 1680. This is a 9-night Caribbean cruise on Oceania's Nautica. The other one, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, that was on Insignia on December 19th. This is on Nautica, December 27th. This one starts in Miami, has a day at sea, goes to Costa Maya, on to Cozumel, then to Belize, in Belize City, on to Harvest Cay in Belize, a day at sea, over to Georgetown in Grand Cayman, another day at sea, and you're back in Miami. That's a really cool itinerary. I'm going to be honest with you. I like that itinerary a lot. A lot. You can get an inside cabin on that one 70% off. It's $1,680 per person. That leaves December 27th. You can wrap up all of your time with your Christmas time and say, peace, I'm out. We're going to spend the new year in the Caribbean. 1705, 10-night Caribbean cruise. Oceania Cruises on Insignia. This, once again, is a little different than the last one. It's Miami, a day at sea. Go on to Cozumel, then down to Costa Maya, then on to Belize City. But this time you go over to Cox and Holland, Roatan in Honduras. Another day at sea over to Montego Bay, Jamaica, then over to Georgetown, a day at sea, and back to Miami. That is 11 days, 10 nights. And you get it, the inside cabin, 72% off for $1,705 per person. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. There's also a secret rate involved, which means you have to call me. You have to call me, 816-744-1405. And I can get you those 5 deals that include Voya exclusives. I can also help you out with the secret rate. $1,800. What was the number we were at? It was like $1,899, and I still haven't hit it. I've got another 10-night Caribbean cruise. Miami, Charlotte, 2 days at sea, Charlotte Amalie, St. John's, Gustavia, Phillipsburg, Tortola, 2 days at sea, and back to Miami. 70% off, inside cabin, $1,800 per person. $1,820, 15-night transatlantic Southern cruise. This one, you start in Barcelona, on to Alicante, and then to Malaga, and then to Gibraltar, then to Cadiz, then 2 days at sea, and you hit Ponta Delgada in São Miguel in the Azores. 6 days at sea before you get to Nassau, and then you bump on over to Miami. You can have all that for $1,820 per person inside cabin. That's 67% off. I mean, that's almost $100 per day. It's a little over $100 per day per person. That's pretty impressive. $1,850, 12-night Panama Canal cruise. Start in Colón, on to Punta Arenas, Corinto, Puerto Quetzal. You have a couple of days in sea there as you went through the canal. Another day at sea before going to Acapulco. Another day at sea before Cabo San Lucas. Another day at sea before Ensenada, and then on to Los Angeles. $1,890. Oh my goodness. How many cruises did we get to before we get to the advertised slide price of $1,899? $1,890, 12-night Mediterranean cruise. Starting in Barcelona, going to Toulon, France, on to Nice, then on to Rome, Civita Vecchia, threw that in there again. Naples, Catania, all in Italy. Then to Argostoli or Cephalonia, then to Chania in Crete, on to Santorini, Greece, on to Piraeus, which is Athens in Greece, on to Kusadasi, which is Ephesus in Turkey, and then 2 days in Istanbul. That's I mean, you're seeing the entire Caribbean or Mediterranean. The entire Mediterranean, which you could possibly want to see. The French Riviera, Barcelona, Rome, and Naples, and Italy. My goodness, what a great $1,890 per person, 70% off an inside cabin for that 12-night Mediterranean cruise. And then finally, the advertised $1,899 per person. That's 50% off on an inside cabin. It's a 7-night Caribbean cruise, January 8th of next year, going Miami, Costa Maya, Belize City, Roatan in Honduras, Cozumel in Mexico, a day at sea, and back to Miami. Oceania has a ton to offer you with cruises coming up through the end of the year. Oceania, look, man, there's a reason why they've been #2 for over a month now on to see who have we missed, who have we not said yet in this cruise or in this top 10. They've been a regular in the top 10. I always say that their promotions are some of the best in the industry. Well, if you would have said Norwegian Cruise Lines, you would have been right. Norwegian Cruise Lines is our #1 travel deal of the week. Look, as far as I'm concerned, Norwegian has earned it. They have worked hard for this. Hard. So, Norwegian Cruise Lines from $372 per person with up to $200 of exclusive onboard credit, 70% off your second guest cruise fare plus more. Let's just see what Norwegian is bringing in their full promotion. All right, the Avoya exclusive offers, the ones you can only get through your independent Avoya travel agent. Up to $4,500 of instant Avoya cash for all Avoya clients. There's up to $200 of free onboard credit. Exclusive pricing plus $25 of free onboard credit is also available only by booking with the independent Avoya agency, such as Livin Life N Style Travel. Norwegian is offering the 70% off of second guest cruise fare. They're also offering buy one, get one free airfare, beverage package, specialty dining package, free short excursion credits, free Wi-Fi, and friends and family sail free. Up to $300 of free onboard credit, 50% reduced deposits. Norwegian is pulling out all the stops. They usually do pull out all the stops. But this time it got them to the #1 spot. So what is the hot deal starting at $372 per person? Well, it is 3-night Bahama cruise on Norwegian Joy. It starts in Port Canaveral, goes to Great Stirrup Cay, on to Nassau, then back to Port Canaveral. No sea days involved. That's $372 per person for an inside cabin. It's a hell of a deal, folks. That's a hell of a deal. Great little weekend trip. Getting to Orlando is super affordable for you. That is a super affordable vacation, little weekender. Something you can do with your wife, do with the family. You know, they have go-kart tracks on these Norwegian cruise ships. No lie. Go-kart tracks. And actually they're taking the go-kart tracks off of some of their ships because they're replacing them with a water slide coaster. Yeah, it's a water slide. It shoots you uphill and then you slide downhill, like the whole 9 yards. It's pretty amazing. So there we go. There you have it. The top 10 travel deals of the week. #1 coming in with Norwegian Cruise Lines with their excellent offer of the week. So I appreciate y'all sitting in with me on the top 10 travel deals of the week with, all the Avoya exclusives. Be sure to give Livin Life N Style a call if you have any interest in any of these deals or you have your own vacation idea that you would like to find out about. Give me a call. You can reach me at 816-744-1405. That's 816-744-1405. You can also find me on the web at livinlifeandstyle.com. Hey, I appreciate everybody for joining me for today. I hope you will like and subscribe to the channel. That way, and hit the little notification button. It'll let you know every week when I bring on the top 10 travel deals of the week. On Wednesday, we will have the business roundtable back. Everybody was out of town last week, and so I wasn't able to do the roundtable, but it was a good time for me to go ahead and do my monthly reflection. So we did that instead last Wednesday. This Wednesday, we should be back with the business roundtable. I think most of my panel members will be back on the program. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me. Please, once again, like and subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button so you know when I'm bringing you the top 10 deals of the week. I hope you all have a wonderful day and have a great week. See you on Wednesday.